The whole world was now engulfed in a brutal war for survival, as the demonic hosts of the Dark Gods enact their apocalyptic plans. Invasions of the northern nations that share a rough border with the Chaos Wastes have already resulted in a massive loss in civilian population, as whole towns are razed to cinders in the wake of the combined ruinous powers. The northern tribes, Skaven, and scattered champions of chaos have formed a loose coalition, agreeing to stop their constant squabbling and unite against the many nations of order. During these dire times, the hunters of Kurnos find themselves imbued with more and more strength as they continue to cut down the ruinous powers. Increased invasion activity meant that thousands and thousands of new souls were being offered up to the god of the hunt, and he would respond by blessing the Azrai with strength and stamina as they had never experienced before. While Orion watched his hunters break camp, he took the time to glance over reports from his generals. The Dark Weaver Stroslieth had given notice that there was a massive gathering of filthy Skaven ratmen hiding out in the underways to the south, and her scouts that were sent to parley with the correct Kadrin dwarfs brought back word that the correct surface guard posts were completely abandoned. Ancient stone structures bore the marks of a recent battle. Bullet holes pocked the walls and ramparts. Blackened and scorched sections hinted at warp flame weapons or magics being used. The Skaven had finally overwhelmed their ancient enemy. Thorgrim Grudgebearer himself must have fallen in the defense. Stroslieth was ordered to form defensive lines until her partnered Highweaver could destroy the orcs in the massive Orcal, and join their armies to purge the Krazankor of Ratmen, returning the dwarfs to their ancestral holds. Lord Findle had not been heard from since taking his forces through the world routes to bring war to the tribal strongholds of the savage Northmen raiding our shores. After losing the Troll King and the Wandering Champion Wulfric both, the Northern Raiders had switched to default aggression, without a strong leader to guide them. Findle asked his fellow lords Freya and Thranduil to set up a defensive line of bows on the coast, keeping the Norskins' attention while he takes the fight to their filthy hovels directly. As the Southern Sea of Chaos makes communication almost impossible, we will learn of Findle's victory soon, or his hunters will be remembered with honors for their bravery. Our war parties securing the Witchwood had met with little to no resistance from the Druki following Marathi, Vil'jin and the Sisters of Twilight crushing two large armies of our warped cousins, losing very few in the fighting. While in Ulthuan, the Aesir have reclaimed all but Tor Korulai in the north. Our own treeman Ancient Isilal has surrounded Avathir, intent on purging the undead corruption all the way down to Val's Anvil, before bringing the wrath of Lauren down upon the fabled Galleon's graveyard. And welcome on in everyone to part 17 of our Orion campaign. There has been a disturbing lack of trees in this campaign so far. We're going to do everything we can here to rectify that issue. The R-Resolve really does not like, or at least it very overvalues the vampirates and their muskets against our tree can here. They forget that we have 20% ward save. Oh, that's the wrong button. 20% ward save, 28% physical resistance, as well as a 10% missile resist. There's a bunch of layered up resistances there. The only thing that we have to worry about being the Bomber's Fire Bombs. However, we have the Firebark Elders, which will be passing out, which will be passing out a 30% additional flame resistance, which this will just make sure all of the treekin in their area have only 10% less, or at least more, fire damage taken, because they have a 40% weakness. This just drops it down to a 10% weakness, which does not take it away all the way, but I think layered up with ward save and all of our other lovelies, we should have no problem ripping through the undead here. We've got several attack fronts. Not all of them are going to be going in at the beginning here. Some of these are just for spreading the enemy's troops out and making them a bit more weak so we can push through and grab these supply locations. Let's begin. And we will just send everyone directly in on these animated hulks. Crush them. First thing, we're going to have the Sirens go after the gunnery mob up front there. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and disrupt the gun mob as well, since they aren't going to like this one bit. They're going to try to flee. I say no thanks. We'll drop some poison magical attacks down on this group. Let's scoot on forward and take down the Hulks of the Deep Sea, which must be the unit that I thought wasn't normal animated hulks. These are just extra hulky. Indeed. Got some more gross bits all grafted on there. Drop down the heels and just start ripping them to them. Treecon should have no problem tearing apart their opponents here, especially with our Glade Guard launching in all sorts of arrowy nonsense. Deal with the bombers there. Flying Pistol Cav. And then they put the other bombers in the end, so we're definitely not going to want to move in until they have switched sides. So let's go ahead and take all of this group here and just charge them directly in after the Skull Rammer Sailors. We will have the Enigmas of Gyron go through after the Animated Hulks instead. We'll have this other group of Eternal Guard kind of set up.
Straight away!
Probably at an angle. We're getting blasted out a bit there, but that ward save is really keeping us completely secure. As they charge on in, face off against my mini trees. Bringing down the hammer. Every single one of those poisonous arrows is going to be hitting. Animated Hulks are huge targets. I'm going to pull the Dryads back a bit. Let the Treekin fill in. Have you guys go over and start tearing apart this gun mob. I'm gonna bring the other Glade Guard around. Get them some better firing arcs. Your job is the Sirens. But none of the Hulks of the Deep Sea. We'll just kind of spread the Treekin out a bit. Our Lord needs to back up a smidge, as he is getting focus fired. Enigmas need some healing. But luckily that's what they're for. Give them a bit of physical resistance as well.
For the eternal realm!
I'll put Hellbats though, man. An interesting strategy. I'm gonna send these other Dryads through after the zombie pirate deck ends. See no big issues on this side, so we're gonna send everyone over. Rip through these gun mob, and then we'll go up and around, claim some more points. Isolal, a good start. We get some more heals. We indeed can.
Your orders?
You guys off of guard mode. In fact, scoot up a little bit so you can actually land some shots. Deal with those Hulks. Too bad the Eagles have decided they're not going to help us this time. We push the Dryads and branch nips through the lines, as they're actually pretty quick. Small units do. Our Treekin are doing wonders. They get almost no damage. Slow march of Lauren shall not be stopped by your undead squidginess. On the other end, however, we're taking some damage as these Skull Rammer Sailors do their thing.
Yes!
Love Dryads working together there. Rip through them.
Ready and waiting.
A couple of their heroes are just going to stay in the back, not sure really what to do yet. Forward. We'll go for one more boom as they try to flee on through. Slow those sailors on down. Allow our trees to drag them to the depths. Not the depths they were thinking of. There's almost no damage dealt in here. Yet now the branch rays have met the gun mob. They're pretty much done. Switch the bows to dealing with these Sirens as they come on down.
Warriors of Ariel!
Looks like they're going to try to dive in on our branch rays. Send 2 Treekin through to help them. You can even drop down the heals with Isolal. Let's have the Firebark Elders press forward into the gun mob. As the Enigmas of Gyron have actually taken a fair bit of damage. Pull them on back. Looks like the enemy basically decided to throw all of their forces to the same units here. They knew they wouldn't win against Isolal's troops. They decided to try to get some kills where they could. Dastardly, but smart. Send several of the Treekin through. Bring down the gun mob. Isolal, you go hit platform. You two can come up here after the Sirens. Should be an easy task. You just rip apart the rest of these pirate mob in our way. This one else wades through them. There's no running, there's only the void. We'll dive in on this side here, break who you can. Let's give the Dryads a bit more help. We do seem to need it. We'll have you dive in behind.
Defenders of Athel Lauren.
Dryads picking their targets. Throw your bombs all you want. Like most of the boys got stuck. They're just gonna flee. Which is a bold strategy.
Understood?
Freeze, come on up. Go for the gun mob up top. And then you two just ignore these units and come over here after the gun mob. Bomber mob's trying their best. Exploding the sailors as they stand. Almost no armor means that even the Awakening of the Wood does pretty fair damage. And savages facing off against a heap of angry trees. Probably with the hammer as well. Make sure they can be pulled out and charged back in once more. Everyone else kind of file in and rip apart the enemy here. Archers, come on up. Use that accuracy where you can. Our Lord here is getting focus fired. Pull him on away. Fully around that corner there, we'll have the branch nymphs move up to engage. You can drop down the heals on himself as he rounds the corner here. The towers are just able to focus fire down. Rain death. Go ahead and pull back here. Since that unit is going to go ahead and start disintegrating, we'll have you guys stand in the gap. Heals going down on all of these dryads here. You two press forward. Treekin press forward. We've got you surrounded. Throwing out the water spells. Let's actually have these branch nymphs come back and claim the point. Slaughter them on this front, so send everyone in. Branch nymphs dive on into the battle there. They actually brought a secondary group to kind of screen us out. It's interesting. Making of the wood, and we just kind of sit in the rest of the trees. Not an easy battle by any means, but we've got him.
For the eternal realms.
They having one at a time, Midas here. Now the bomber mob is not going to do as much as you think. That 20% ward save is incredible. Hold the line, lads. The dryads are here to help. Peggy, you tried your best. Even the Eternal Guard actually holding pretty well against what they're facing off against. Make sure we can get more help. We're just running them over now. Archers, keep fire on these deck droppers here. Finish these guys off. It looks like they're just going to slow try to walk away. There we go. Finally was able to give the attack order. It's going to take a while to bring them down, but... hold the line. Allies are on the way. Oh, interesting. We'll come on up to the top floor here so you can actually help out. Branch kids, come on back here and claim this point. You can drop down the major heals on everyone coming up the front line. Enigmas, go ahead and throw yourselves into the fray here. Give whoever you can some extra resistance. You can press through the line, raise the Winterheart, take down the Gunnery White. Where'd the enemy lord go? Oh, he just ran away. Likely trying to draw our lord into the trap. Which, that's lots of fun, isn't it? I say no. You have fun going and playing over there. We'll actually send the fire ones after him. Tower's about to go. Let's bring the archers in too.
Eager and ready.
Another awakening in the wood in the middle of these sirens. Enjoy all of that. We'll have our 2 poison archers. At least our other poison archer go after her. Go on and help out with the gun mob. It's over. The zombie pirates just don't know it yet. Going and hiding in the trap worked out, didn't it? Got flaming trees on one side and poisonous arrows coming in on the other. That is called the Pimp Slap of Apolloran. You are blessed, as not very many get to actually see it. One more awakening of the wood here to irritate the sirens.
Warriors of
As they get
Orion.
ripped apart. And the battle falls to the treekin. Well, almost. Fight to the very end there, will ya? Ellie Brown. Go ahead and speed up your demise as the treekin batter you around. And she breaks, ending the siege. Perhaps. The Lord's dead, what now? There must be a unit hiding somewhere. I'm gonna go searching, and I'll catch you on the campaign map. Alright, and a decisive victory. Yeah, there was a unit of, like, Skullrammer sailors in fetal position hiding in one of the traps, just waiting for their leadership to fully diminish. So, we finished them off and gained ourselves a Scroll of Stone. Bound spell, Assault of Stone. Many mages remember a spell from a long ago that could move mountains. Oh, it's Rock Blast. Now we're playing Pokemon. Causes major magical damage, medium strike area, and strong against a single unit. I think this is very similar to the Piercing Bolts of Burning. So we'll go ahead and accept that, and then we can sack it for... Oh, wow. I mean, 15,000 sounds great, but we just have to build up Abathir from scratch. Since it was a major capital settlement, we're just going to go ahead and 15,000 gold. Who needs it? When it wasn't. Actually, it was probably worth it. We get ourselves a new forest spirit, and Tiranok has been secured for Athelloran. We are going to go ahead and grab the Wisdom of Hoeth for control and research rate, and then we'll go ahead and make sure Abathir is making us some money. So let's grab the Traverse Inn for growth, and then the Craftsman's Tree for growth for all provinces. And once we have some gold again, we can grab the guard platform, make sure we don't lose the settlement. Good to go. If anyone we are going to be replacing Isolal's troops are going to all be the Dryads and just replace them with trees. Which just kind of seems to be the case for all of the tree men armies. So we've already got the Dance of Loek and Possessed by the Trickster God to make sure our treekin are very defensive. Now it's time to grab the Call of the Woods for that attack. Howl of the Forest gives us 8 additional melee attack for all enemy or allies, not enemies, in range. Also grab the Foe Seeker so we can move around a little bit faster, and then I think I'm going to make sure the Isolal is one tough cookie, so I'm just going to have to take this back. And instead of going for the Call of the Woods, I'm going to grab Foe Seeker and then both points into Tempered Rigor to get 12 additional melee attack and defense. Make sure our Treekin Lord here is not really having any issues standing and fighting. And then we'll come on back down. Where is our assistance for the Dryads? Piercing Thorns. 8 strength, 6 attack. We get more attack from actually just grabbing the Call of the Woods right now, so let's grab that. And this increases our entire army and not just the Dryads. Lovely. Oh, we claim more land. He's going to keep pushing all the way down to Vol's Anvil. Whatever we can claim, we will. Whatever the High Elves claim, they can have. And there's also the, I guess, Warg armies over here. What is this, the Troll Skulls?
But it better be good.
Hopefully the Troll Skulls get caught up fighting against the High Elves and not me. Got 2 pretty powerful armies there, but most foes dash themselves against our walls pretty aggressively. We've got one more battle here for this turn as we more or less have units pushing back the dark forces on all sides. The Sisters of Twilight won a very easy auto-resolve.
Itching
They
for
lost most of their
fresh
front line, but
battle.
nothing really, anything else. We've kind of pushed up. They'll be doing battle with Cadriel
Waste
at
my
the Petrified
time.
Forest very, very soon. A bunch of hit veterans and Black Arc Reavers, which will be fun battle. A bunch of units we haven't seen yet. And then, if these guys are all shattered, Marathi didn't even have an army of anything other than just kind of normies. So we crushed them, and now we'll have to be
This
facing
will
off
fail.
against Ravenna. It'll be
No.
nice and fun. But for the next true battle, Findle has surrounded the Pack Ice Bay. It's time to bring low these Nurglish fools. Is this going to be an easy win? Oh, absolutely. Is it worth it? Also, absolutely. Let's get them. All right, let's get to bringing down this Norscan settlement. We'll start deployment. Well, most of my archers, I think, attacking from the northernmost portion, but I'm going to grab one of our Starfire shards to harass this other side here. So what we're going to want to do is have the Hawkeyes of Drakira up front. We also want to keep in mind that they will send troops outside the walls to face down archers that are just going to annihilate them. So we're going to grab the Wildwood Wardens and have them go with a unit of the Rangers, and then we'll have also one unit of Eternal Guard ready to throw themselves into the battle and away if need be.
The Great Hunt!
The Great Hunt. And now we'll grab the rest of our troops. We'll give you guys Battle Group 1. Guard mode for you. Oop. Stay in the same group. I just wanted to put you all in guard mode. See, you two are not meant to be in guard mode. Everyone else is. Yes. Love my two beaters on the end. Duetin and company. Our Glade Guard leading the charge. We'll have the Wildwood Wardens that are the Wildwood Rangers that are left, taking a very central position, and then having them rolling with some Wardens.
Children of Athel,
Beautiful.
Fear the deep wood.
And we'll have the Treekin rolling up here with them. We can put them in a little bit closer too, keep them enemies from causing too many issues. I'm gonna have Wild Riders rolling with our Shadow Bands who can turn invisible. So I want the Shadow Bands to be up here, and then we'll have them go invisible very early on, if I can help it. Battle Corps Group 2.
ready and eager!
3 on the end there. We've even got access to the Pit of Shades issue pretty quickly. That'll begin. The rain of arrows already begins. We're gonna just bring you into melee and take down this gatehouse there. Bring yourself up. Drop some breath attacks. You have anything else to really cause us problems? Looks like the answer is no. Come on up here and take down this tower, though. Bring you boys around to claim this position, and have the Wardens pick up
We
a
are tireless!
frontal.
Orders! Aim! Fire!
That works, that works. Launch some goodies towards these Nurgle aspirants there. The tower's landing some pretty good hits. Shadow Bands. Invisible. And move in and claim the point. They don't have the units to actually defend everything all at once though, so there's not a lot they can actually do. Bring the troops in besides you.
Battle ready.
Advance.
Wildwood Rangers!
You dive into the fray.
Ashray Warrior!
Perfect. Perfect. Hounds are going to try to escape. We've got them very well pinned in here.
Deepwood Host!
Get up, start blasting those berserkers.
Quickly!
Hawkeyes come over this side.
Way Watchers!
They come out of the
Wind.
summit. They're going to have a really bad day. Go ahead and launch. Emerald Pendulum down the line.
For the eternal realm!
And now we dive in. You break this, please? I thought I asked you to do that.
Lead, Captain!
in the zone. She is doing just fine here. Oh, I didn't mean to activate Zeus. Go ahead and blast some bad breath at him. Oh, the whalers. Get away from those whalers. And Shades here. You boys move up, start dealing with the whalers.
Way Watchers! Your command!
They are braced.
Way Watchers!
Start blasting those shots.
Now! At once!
You boys dive in and do some damage. Go ahead and charge those corn aspirants, and you boys kind of move back.
Bowman ready!
They're gonna get blasted at by those whalers. You go deal.
Wildwood Rangers!
You're gonna get annihilated.
Bacanos!
You stay here and claim. We'll have you dive into melee. Go get him, bud. Zone's about to be ours. We drop down some more goodies just to weaken the enemy there. Looks good. Looks good. Killed them.
Way Watchers!
Boys need to keep saving your allies here.
Wildwood Rangers!
Dives into the fray. Probably should. Let's go ahead and pull back, because those corn aspirants are going to be a problem. We don't want her to get too deep in there.
Way Watchers!
Just do whatever. Whoa! The friendly fire there. Well, that was terrifying. The boys rampaged out after getting hit. Well, we win. And sacrifice some of our own eternal guards to Kurnos. Whoops. And a decisive win with 88 lost, most of that being to friendly fire. We'll take the win. Our first battle against the unholy powers in the north. And I'm going to go ahead and raise this building here. That's a lot of gold. An Eternal Guard commander, and unfortunately I think it's going to force Thindle to take some attrition. It's not exactly what we want, but I don't mind burning this to the ground and forcing Chaos to rebuild, especially with all the gold we get for it. So Thindle himself. Probably a good idea just to keep working on your melee stats are all good to go, so let's give him just the final points into Bottomless Quiver. Get back all the woods, and then we'll give him the Bottomless Quiver just to get his ammunition all maxed out. Looks like Orion gained some skills just through proximity, which is awesome. Really need more Lightning Strike. Not really. And the more enemies we fight all at once, kind of the better. So I'm going to come back over here and give him more defense. Up to 70, I believe, is what I am going to go for.
Proud
Thindle's
son of
troops,
Athel-Loren.
we can continue to give them some more attack. I want to get that all the way up to 90. Same thing here. With Yodi, I think you were just a little ways off from getting access to the Marshal Dump or the Mentor, so we're getting there. Perfect. And we will probably go back and claim it just because all of the ports that we snag are going to give us 5% more income from trade tariffs. So each one of those stacking up is just going to continue to make our income spiral out of control. We're already making 17,000 from trade, so happy to see it. Granville's going to be jumping across after the Longship Graveyard, and we'll see if Tavi Stigson is brave or not. He's got a few aspirants, but do they aspire to greatness or the grave? We shall soon find out.
At your service.
See, I know Penthesilea can't do anything. Ikarin, we tried to attack Hitclaw. This was actually one of the battles I was going to start off with, but he ran, so no fights with the Hitclaw. We've got 14k though, so let's go ahead and spend some money. We'll open the province tab. Just a bunch of walls at Avalorn. For a gig, we could go for the Hunter's Vault. We could. I'd rather get this final thing in Avathir than maybe the Grapevines, but I mean, we could go for a Branch of Gur, which would local magical forest. We don't have any local magical forest, that doesn't help. It does allow us to get more spell singers, though. I think we'll simply go for the guard platform. Keeps up, keep down for anyone in the region, and will allow the offensive amphitheater to be much more difficult to crack.
I keep looking at Glastiad.
Yeah, like Isolal said. Forge, I think we can go for the game lodge. It's just upgrading behind us, more or less. And each one of these is just going to give us a pretty huge grip and more gold. Brumbrindle has been beating down on the undead, so we will have to turn and likely deal with that very soon. He's claimed down to the Temple of Cain and the Shrotak Mount, which used to be under allied control and is no longer. Zoom on in, skip through. Building upgrades available all over the place. It's mostly just wanting to get us to get in new walls and such. These darn plagues will wear off soon.
I share the forest's thoughts.
We've got Strasleith going in. We'll say this name wrong every time. Strasleith. He's got a very elite army here, but a bunch of Skaven coming on towards us, and we will have to deal with the fact that Karazakrak has fallen. So, if this is Clan Rictus down here, we're gonna have a huge issue. Weak is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be things are about to get nasty over here in the Forest of Gloom, and I can't wait. We'll zoom back over here to Orion and end the turn.
Your words and heart are hollow. My hounds will gorge themselves upon your flesh.
There's a whole bunch of flesh there. You made me cross, and when I get cross, I get stomping. Oh, sir, are you greenskin? Call our allies to help. Well, you have hemmed your last haul there, Scrag. Talzin has been engaged by Ravenna and her many reinforcements here. Looks like it's a bunch of shadows, which do these guys have stock? No, but they've got Striders that can move very quick, and they've got Murderous Mastery, so they're better than your typical Druki in battle. Fair enough, fair enough. They've got also some Scourge Runner Chariots, so, I mean, they're going to be doing what they can to try to bring down our large targets. Got, what, 155 range, so if they get anywhere near our Guardians of Adelwyth, they're going to just obliterate. This should be a fun battle. When it's in the World Roots, too. Sorry, Ravenna. Not your day. This does kind of slow down our own missile troops, though. So how far can my Sisters of the Thorn fire? Not very far, but that 64 missile strength is going to be amazing once we get too close. So you definitely want to keep these ladies away from Scourge Runners. We have you all in the cavalry group, you three in guard mode. We have the Wild Riders of Kurnos. And some deep water over here. Oh no, it's not, it just pretends. I cannot wait if you all have seen the new, the recent, getting themselves a drink, the recent teaser for Kislev that might be out by the time this video goes live, or the full trailer, but Kislev looks like there's some elk kind of hanging out, so we might finally get some elk cavalry. Who knows? I'd be happy to throw for some more elk cavalry. Why? Because they're basically multi-pronged rhinoceros. Look at them. Extra prongs means extra damage, obviously. She's going to be flying around. We definitely want to keep her away from those areas. It's going to be a problem. And then we'll have our Guardians of Adelwyth.
Blade guard.
Picking up a position like so.
Ready for battle!
Deepwood archers.
Our Blade Singers leading the way. Oh, they don't actually have the one that gives them missile resistance. That's a bit concerning. So they are going to be torn to shreds by not having shields and having pretty low armor. Well, such is the way. We just need to make sure we find and destroy those shades quickly. Get our own troops into melee as fast as possible. Perfect. They've got their own spellcasters we'll have to keep an eye on, but this thing going. Archers. infantry.
The dark trees.
And our heroes. Angriest trees alive. Let's dive in.
Deepwood host.
Scoot the squad forward because they're going to be trying to wait for their reinforcements. Did not grab everyone. Up behind.
As you say.
Weaver of
Looks like they're all pressed as far back into the alcoves as they can. Fair enough. We've got a couple bound dwellers below. Those are the ones I'm going to use. We're going to scoot up this direction here. How fast is the Manticore? It's like 42 slower than our Eagle. Can be expected. Going for a Spirit Leech. That's fair enough. We can heal that up, no problem though. I respect it. They're going to start shifting, looks like. Let's go ahead and throw down here. And I'm going to go for an explosion in this position. Oh, you can't queue up spells, of course. You got a few seconds you gotta wait. Can't get hit by those Scourge Runners for very long there. And then I'm gonna overcast another one up front. Gotta stay nearby. Anyone who steps into that's gonna have a bad day. Now, let's flee as fast as we can. Did a fairly good job of dodging them. It's no matter. As soon as they are bogged down in combat, there's no running. That looks like that did draw the Scourge Runners forward.
It shall be done.
Ready and waiting.
It shall be
Get our
done.
troops good and spread out.
Yes, as you say.
Kind of get a concave bit of fire there. Everyone that's coming in looks like a scantily clad sorceress, so not have to worry about too many more troops showing up. Cause us many issues. Let's go for Loheg's Blessing and just disappear.
I am needed there. Sent by Isha.
You guys want to keep being pains, I can do the same. They react to that almost instantly. That's pretty impressive.
Following fate's call. Sisters of Thor.
Bring the sisters forward. Here come reinforcements.
A dream.
I think you probably should have not waited, but let's go ahead and throw down the Wand of Jet. Give us some more magic. Oh man, that's a perfect opportunity to dive in and blast them apart, but we're going to stay here.
We understand. Orders understood.
Can we close that gap?
Orders. There.
If you're just going to stand back there, we will win if you do that. Fireball. Let's see if we can dodge it.
Moving now.
Spear Leech and a Fireball. Ooh, Fireball dodge. Here comes another one. 2 Fireballs dodge. Try better next time. Try harder next time.
I am needed there.
Enjoy.
Spellweaver
And have some
repositioning.
good old gnarly roots ripping on out of the ground. You don't have an advantage. Get over here and fight me.
I serve the oak.
Quit making me waste those. Go ahead and blast this group with some more roots.
I follow.
It's
the
getting a little bit of
call.
damage in. And it slows them down too.
Defenders of Apple
The Shadows Coil, no one's getting past
The
you.
forest wills it. I hear the forest. Guided by nature.
Scourge Runner Chariots are very brave, as you can see.
Dauntless Asray.
Blade guard.
Rip them to pieces.
The forest song.
Also, leave my spellcaster alone.
I will find it.
For defenses, and let's just make sure you guys are terrible in the fight. Perfect. Scoot forward a bit and give them a hug.
To the fray. At pace.
Scourge Runner chariots. That's who needs to fall.
Armed and ready. Warriors
This is the Thorn. Move in.
faster.
I take it back. Let's go ahead and send in the cavalry. Break them.
War dancers.
They will die!
Oh, indeed. Let's drop down the heals. This is the Thorn. Also gets some nice melee reflection here on our Blade Singers.
Keep your post. End them. As you
Slaughter them.
We grow restless!
It's like our Blade Singers are nice and angry, so they're going to dive on into the battle.
For Kurnos!
Death to all.
Look at you run.
Orders acknowledged.
Move it up, throw down the Penumbral Pendulum down the line. You get knocked over. Let's make sure that all of their casting is going to go badly. And then throw a Penumbral Pendulum down the line.
Awaiting the call.
Beautiful. This is a nice clump of enemies right here. We can give them a hug.
The dark trees flow.
The Manticore's in the back line. Somehow it took no damage on its way in.
Sisters of Thor.
We'll have the Sisters of Thorn hunt them down.
Kill them.
Hunters!
Hunters of Kurnos deal with these witches. Burn all the witches, in fact.
Your orders.
One Lord fallen. And our Branch Wraith is annihilating the Manticore. Heals on our front line, who took a little bit of a beating.
Spellweaver ready.
Still hunt down the rest of these sorceresses. Once you get them pinned back in the back line, they can't escape.
Wills it. To battle.
At speed!
Sisters of Thor.
Sisters up. And our archers as well. We just kind of advance them forward, and they'll fire the whole way in.
Understood. To battle.
While the riders go ahead and hunt them down. It says they're not going to win, but that's only because they have missile damage that is anti-large.
I hear the forest.
Heals on our spearmen. As we just ride these guys down.
Attack!
Oh, they've got the Asdacross Yah down. Yah! We've been trying to incorporate it where we can. I respect the Yah. Nothing is more powerful. Sorry, lad, your edginess won't defend you this time. They keep loading up those crossbows, but I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, Murderous Mastery has popped.
Wild Riders!
Oh, doesn't matter. Even the Sisters of Thorn that go crazy are going to annihilate their foes.
Ready. Bring doom.
We're gonna try to catch as many of these fools as we can, and I will catch you all in a moment. And the Cult of Pleasure once again figures out why it's such a bad idea to fight the Wood Elves in the forest. We lost almost nothing in this battle, and Unresolved thinks it was going to be a Pyrrhic victory. Not on your watch. We'll go ahead and abduct these captives and continue our momentum.
Accept this fate.
And Rictus has indeed attacked the Forest of Gloom. I didn't think they had what it takes. We're going to give this one to the auto-resolve, even though we have some brand new troops in here. This would be an easy win. You know what? Actually, I think we do need to fight this. Rictus does have the ability to go throw in the Rictus Clan Stone and give their units an extra bonus versus large of plus 32. We'll have to keep that in mind, because if we throw the Eagles in, they might get torn apart. But Rictus doesn't have nearly the range we do. All they really have to help them out is going to be these spells. Pestilent Breath and all of the different lightning spells coming down from the other guy. Let's go ahead and dive in and tear these fools asunder. Alright then, you didn't bring nearly enough rats. Let's go ahead and make sure I know where all my units are, but I would prefer my Eternal Guard be the ones that get torn apart by those spells. go where they are.
Eternal guard.
Got all of the missile troops here.
Warriors of Ariel! It shall be!
Our Great Eagles, and then the Hag Riders with their Glade tips. The Glade Riders with their Hagbane tips.
Riders of
Too worrisome on that side. Of course, they do have the Night Runners, but Night Runners are not nearly as adept at fighting.
Deep word archers.
Grab all of the Sliver Shards.
For the eternal realm.
Throw all of the Armor Piercing. Got Doom Flares on that side too, don't they? Interesting conundrum to have.
Archers ready.
Also, they're going to have the Plague Claw Catapults, which are going to be a huge nuisance. Not 8 of them like there are on SFO, but still going to be a problem. So it looks like they're both on this one position. We'll have the Eagles trying to chase them down pretty soon on into the battle. Otherwise, we're going to have a really bad day. Alright, so let's set up
Deepwood host.
lads that we want here. Pikes on the other side. We'll go ahead and throw in the barricade platform, and I want a trap up front to make sure I can do what I want on both sides. So, trap and the barricades they can shoot from higher up. So let's grab
Our bows are yours.
Lift Shiver on
Children of Ethel-Lauren.
both sides here. Boost their already pretty low range. Let's throw one of the poison archers. We can grab several of the normal ones.
Children of Ethel-Lauren.
The Enigma's back.
For the eternal
We
realm!
want one of these ladies as well. Okay, so we'll grab
Eternal guard.
Eternal Guard. The other pikeman behind. Wasn't the other pikeman, it was the one we just deployed over here.
For orders.
Like, front.
Eternal guard.
There's the kind of waves of Eternal Guard,
Ready.
if we can help it. Great Eagles, I'm going to deploy back. We'll deploy over here.
Blade guard.
Poison tips. Pretty important. And then we've got all our fire boys in the woods here.
Archers ready. Children of Ethel-Lauren.
Hopefully the trees can actually do some good and defend against the flying lime jello shots, but we'll see.
Our aim is
I'm gonna try to get both of the Guardians Battle-Wife back here.
ready!
It'd be great if they could hide. They simply cannot. And the Skyhawks being our Mistwalker infantry coming over from Altharion's crew. Trained in Torevres. They are ready. There's not as many of them, there's 60, but they are a tier 5 unit. They have some pretty nasty melee stats, 50-42 with a bonus versus infantry. And then they've also got bonus versus infantry on their actual missiles as well, so they're a nasty contender.
None can stand before the might of Atlas.
Their weakness is just there are not very many of them, so artillery can be a huge issue. Let's deploy the Skyhawks in the back, and we can kind of bring them up to fight who we need. Love it.
Ready to fire.
Who else we have? I want these boys deployed in the center here. We'll have some
Deepwood archers.
archers defending.
For the eternal realms.
Who all is not deployed? Like we are fairly good to go.
Blade. Deepwood archers.
The defenses have been set. Let's see if we can win. She's got Blade Wind, or she's at least got the Chill Wind and Blade Wind, so it should be easy to rip through all these poor rats. That'll begin. Okay, we'll just need to worry about catapults, though. Let's see how dangerous their first couple of volleys are. I'm here for that. Keep going for those.
Flee! With haste!
Pull the Hagbane tips through the line. Try to convince the Doom Flayers to go after them.
Blade Riders!
Poisoned.
Awaiting orders.
You hear all the magical arrows coming flying out. Looks like we have taken a bit of damage from the lime jello launchers. Let's go ahead and scoot
The forest wills it.
a little bit forward.
Shall be done.
See who they're actually. Oh, they're obliterating these Glade Guard back here.
Ready
Wow,
and able.
seriously perfect fire.
Ace! Straight away.
And they're not going to advance either. They're going to be cowards.
Spell Weaver ready.
Flamethrowers are getting on in.
Swiftly to battle.
Eagles, I want you to go in after the Lord of the back line.
Release at once. At speed. No. Forever, Lauren.
Dive the Enigmas in. The Deepwood Scouts have just gone down.
Warriors of Orion. Blade Riders. Quickly.
Pull the units on back. And they're just refusing to come on in. They're just blast. And they have hit every single shot. Look at them. The trees are no problem.
Spell Weaver ready.
There's nothing you can do against that. They're just landing every hit. Alright, let's come back over to the important side here.
Bows of Athel Lauren.
For the eternal realms.
Ladies, come on out.
As you say.
Skyhawks, come on out as well.
Our bows are yours. We are tired.
Also, after being given the order, I thought they would continue the order even after being trapped. I guess not. Let's dive on down and deal with these two casters then. Finally, we get to start actually engaging the enemy. Let's go ahead and throw down a Overcast Blade Wind and rip them apart.
Our bows are yours. Orders understood.
Oh, beautiful.
Spell Weaver ready.
Oh, that's what they were waiting for. Go ahead and rip that through the line. They wanted to send the troops in.
Bowman ready. Quickly.
Pull back.
With haste.
I will find it.
Blade Riders. Our bows are yours.
Doom Flayers are actually doing fairly good work.
Defenders of Athel Lauren.
It shall be done.
Skyhawks start ripping down some shots.
As you say.
I mean, they are indeed a whirl of blades, but... Okay. This Warlock Engineer is the luckiest lad alive. I guess not only can they not move, they can't fight back.
To battle. Orders.
Go ahead and assassinate that poor fool there. He didn't have what it takes. Trying to use his magic to keep himself alive. Finish him.
Missiles ready.
Over on the other end, the Storm Vermin had a very bad day, but our units are getting nailed by the your artillery.
Hey! For Karnos.
I'm pretty impressed. They don't hit trees at all,
Ready.
unless I'm the one using them.
The forest song.
Blade Wind. She'll win through this group here.
Blade Guard. For Karnos. Ready to fire.
Every archer deal with these warp fire throwers. I'll have to send our eagles around then. Mixture of impressed and incredibly salty with how accurate they are.
We will obey. Nakoi. Swiftly.
Poison Wing Glow starting to move down. Let's send the Hagbane tips up front to kind of take any of that nonsense. We don't want to have that damage layered anywhere else.
Dauntless Asway.
Warp fire throwers are also a huge issue. Just get some fire layered on them.
I serve nature.
Serves nature. Enigmas of Iron, come on up and serve nature by bombing these Storm Vermin.
Ready and able.
Now I guess the Doom Flayers are back. What an obnoxious unit. Gets to retreat back into your line and just dive back in.
Eternal Guard. Quickly.
Getting a lot more damage than they ever get in the main game, though. We'll give them credit for it.
Karnos.
confused. They should have destroyed these guys by now. Eagles stopped the artillery teams. That's perfect. Stopped one of them because the others are going to keep firing as long as they can. You boys pull yourselves out of that nonsense. No reason to keep getting shot.
Sent by Isha.
Blade Wind, pulling everyone back. Not really sure why these guys are still taking damage. They should have. They're getting slaughtered, yeah. Broke the Doom Flares. You boys all moving back in. At our extreme range advantage work. It's magic there. I think the rats are broken. Give them credit where credit's due, though. They're dedicated. These artillery teams really doing a great job. I think it's because there's a small portion where the look at that. Either way, we win. We're gonna hunt down some rats. I will catch you in a moment. All right, close victory. Pile of salt every time we fight the Skaven. That's just how it works. We lost 575 of the fighting. That's definitely better than the auto-resolve would have given us, and we captured none of the enemies, surprisingly enough. Oh, they didn't. That's right. We'll go ahead and abduct.
Isha requires this.
Your words and heart are hollow. My hounds will gorge themselves upon your flesh.
Well, hello, Silostra. Would you like peace? No, there is no peace. Only the void.
Your words and heart are hollow. My hounds will gorge themselves upon
Ungram, I
your
really
flesh.
wouldn't. It is not aggression pact. I would stay on our good side for as long as you can there, Slayer King.
I am drawn to the nobility of your cause, Bretonnian.
Hello, Albric. Albric wants us to join his war against the 1,000 Maws, and he'll give us money. Yeah, sounds good. I'm happy to join more wars. And it looks like Tavi has moved on into attack Dieterschaffen. Fortunately for him, his attack is weak.
We fight
Just like
for
his jaw.
Lauren's future.
The mighty Deepwood welcomes you beneath its boa.
Arieth usually does not survive this long into the game, and she would like a military alliance. Sounds good. Our alliance grows.
Undead cretin.
More
Your
and
witch
more.
scent is anathema to the forest and all those who serve its will.
You just got called an anathema, dude. What's the plan? Oh, he wants peace? There's no peace. Wild Hunt is all. Seducers of Slanesh have been wiped out. Perfect. We can gain ourselves the Druki Destroyer for Vil'jin. 8th Master Mason. Sword of the Antiheroes, or Freya. 5 extra melee attack, magical attacks, and the Sword of the Antiheroes. Is ready for duty. And we have got Eldrazor, the Lord of Blades, so those who yearn to fight in the name of honor must seek out Eldrazor. This will give us 5% more resistance for all of our elf infantry and melee attack as well. Now we're on to Nethu, the Keeper of the Last Door, for that extra post-battle loot and magical item drop chance. The leadership just being a nice little bonus. Orion, King of the Woods, is ready to start smacking people in the cheeks again. Hunt is on. Drive is here. See where? It's out now. Yeah, so be it. Isolol, looks like Torsathai needs some freedom. Get on down there and deliver. Auto-resolve seems to know how things are supposed to go, and we'll hit the auto-resolve. Excuse me? Nonsense. We will. And it's so much gold. We'll just go ahead and sack it first to be disrespectful. Gain ourselves a Val's Anvil Smith. And slam on in and grab Torsathai. Settlement is a tree now. Congratulations. We'll repair. We'll throw in the exotic animal tamer. I think we'll also go ahead and grab our Trapper's Den for the replenishment rate. Beautiful. Thala, I'm gonna have you
Not
just
this
stare down
stuff.
Silostra. Can you? Here, let's see if you can win it in auto resolve. And boink. And that's unfortunate. You kept your bats. Just bats, man. She leaves. Vinny Thompson is all that remains. Right, earplugs out, lads. She's gone down to Stromfell's chest where she belongs, the Harpy. 15% more Winds of Magic change, and then less miscast chance. Now on himself a Great Eagle.
How can I
Well done,
assist
Tala.
you?
Let's go ahead and finish on Vinny as well.
Kurnos!
Her cousin, Vinny. We can duck just those bats.
Can I offer assistance?
We'll just
Traveler,
swing on back into the settlement.
what do you
It's
need?
really crazy that poor Elisor has come all the way over from the Eastern Territory. I'm talking all the way over from the Eastern Territories. Just to help out in our war against Chaos. That's impressive. And now they're just driving around like a bunch of crazies.
Trained by the White Tower.
Trained by the White Tower. And this is also something I've never seen before. Bretonia has annihilated the undead. Wow. Well done, Leoness. Good old Joan of Arc. Now her next issue is likely going to be either Cetra if he doesn't fix his attitude, or it's going to be Korn. Lots of rats holding up
Can I
Tabaro.
offer assistance?
That's probably the
Never. No.
best case to just finish them off all at once in auto.
Right, son.
FUS speaks to me.
Try to steal some more tech. Skaven Black critical failure. Well, Iraq trips on a rock and has become wounded. That's why you have to carry your arrows in a certain way, otherwise you accidentally trip on them.
How can I assist you?
Go into Masterful Ambush
Anything is
stance.
possible.
We get 100% anywhere, even though there is no 100%.
Stop now!
Dealing with Icket Claw has been a big old nuisance.
I acquiesce to your request.
They're just Plague Monks.
Cannot. Not.
Just he has so many heroes, and the Skaven hero core is pretty terrifying. Let's do the ambush tactics. We get jumped by a bunch of Skaven, so be it.
Journey.
I'd prefer though to be in an area where there's no Skaven corruption, or there's at least less. So let's
Orders.
pull back to Magreda, and we'll see how they respond. I want another lord, so we can actually secure the rest of this territory here. Grab. I think we'll grab a Woodseer. This time of fighting against the Skaven, so let's grab one of Death. Or Varsio? Let's grab Varsio here. They're all the same. They've all got Glamour Weaver.
Orders. The forest has spoken.
Hang out in
These
Montanus.
are dark times.
I'm going to go ahead and give you the Ever-Reaching Tendrils, and we'll upgrade your Spirit Leech so you can zap those Skaven heroes. And also, whichever one of these gives us access to a nice drop to enemy leadership. Probably go for both of these. Evasion, Magical Reserves, and then I'm probably going to leave him like this. We'll go for... So he just gets to start with Howl, huh? +8 one. I think we'll also go ahead and grab Growth of the Forest ×3. Leave it kind of like that. Then we'll give Varsio, I guess, some global recruitment because we have no building options here. All he is really going to be used for is just kind of claiming a couple points. So let's give him a couple Treekin. It only cost us 59 upkeep. We'll grab, let's say, 4 Treekin and leave it like that. Let's get ourselves over with Orion for another battle. Rankus Malignance has pushed his way forward towards the Scrap Towers.
Not with my team.
Wretch being this close to us, we should probably deal with him too.
No need my warp token stash.
He does Warp Tokens dash right, Orion.
Shield
It's battle
of
time.
Athel,
Dretch versus Orion.
I bring pain.
I bring pain. It says it'll be a valiant defeat. The Rictus Clanstone gives a 50-second 32 bonus versus large, which is pretty intense, but they are all going to be very tired joining up the battle. A bunch of Warp Fire Throwers, which we luckily do outrange by quite a significant margin. We just have to keep Orion in the fray. He's got 8% ward save, which actually isn't all that good. The should be a fun battle. Let's dive in. Okay, so lightning guns are scary, I won't lie. What we are going to do is get everyone deploying and trying to attack up this top portion, because we can use our huge archer advantage as well. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. We have to worry about only really his artillery, and they are just lightning cannons, so not as potent as they could be. Ryan and his Glade Captain up front. Way Watcher, and then whoever else we're allowed to deploy. Let's get our Swift Shiver Scouts 5 times fast. Look up here, that'd be amazing. Basically broken.
Ready for battle!
The other scouts off to the side. I don't exactly know how many minutes below summons they have access to, so let's keep our cavalry kind of ready to screen that nonsense. We'll keep them hidden in the woods here. All of them hidden in the woods there. These two will keep over here. Keep them with the cavalry too, just in guard mode, and then our Normie infantry. Lovely, lovely missile troops.
For the Eternal Realms!
All the Eternal Realms.
Ready and able!
Something like this. Something a bit more like that.
Windweaver.
And then we can have the spears of Orion up front.
Glade Riders!
Wardens of Sithrai over on the other side here. Low X Tricksters as well.
What host?
Take this guy Ron to defend the archers, and then I think that's as good of a deployment as we can get. They're still going to get here in a minute 3, so they arrive very quickly.
Ready for the hunt. Your orders?
Orion sends me.
Slaughter them.
All right, take the high ground.
We will obey! We understand! Quickly!
Into the woods, we're going to take the high ground.
Glade Riders!
Riders on top. You boys just kind of come around. We are going to take the high ground. There's nothing you can do about it.
No!
Hawkeye's from Hira. Pull them across.
Hey!
Take the
We are tireless!
position there.
To arms! Moving out!
Forward.
Keep him here. In fact, if we can go for a Prey of Anathrema,
Orcs talon hunters.
drag them down.
The woods rage!
Get him, Orion.
Silent Sentinel! At speed!
Beautiful. In fact, because I don't want these guys actually to reinforce, let's go ahead and drop down some more goodies.
I will.
Orion, come on back into the woods.
Hand of the forest!
Here comes the rest of the reinforcements. I'm excited. We are about to be overwhelmed by rats, though.
The hunt begins!
Deliver a huge wallop.
Blessing of Kurnos!
Come on back and hit these warp fire throwers. Same with you there, Orion. And now they're starting to wander into a range of our Glade Guard.
Straight away!
Cavalry teams. They're starting to fire some lightning. Let's go ahead and throw down the Overcast life spells on all these rats coming through.
Lord of the hunt.
Target acquired! So I hunt!
I can hear the bell. You yourself and come on back. Ooh, they're nailing our life mage here.
Orion.
Pull on away. Keep that fire on.
Foes of Athaloran!
We can go ahead and give you keep firing out the shots there. Orion, turn and throw yourselves into the fray with these doom flares. No one should do better than you. Stop those Doomflayers cold.
Blade Riders. No!
Moving
Have you fly over the top. Go for the physical resistance on Orion.
Deepwood Guardian.
With those warp fire throwers, come on, lads.
Bowman ready.
And you go ahead and pull away there. Lady of Lauren.
Wildwood Rangers.
Heals quick. The sheer number of enemies surrounding Orion now is pretty intense.
Blade Riders. Weapons ready. Children of Athelloran. Way Watchers. Ever ready. Way Watchers. Archers ready.
Deal with the bell quickly.
Understood?
Ah, cavalry.
Wild Riders. It is done.
Move through, lads. Our blade captain got caught. I don't know how she didn't manage to escape there, but she's likely going to get dragged down and wounded. My, there's so many rats in the forest.
Bows of Athelloran. Missiles ready. For Athelloran.
Pull them on away.
Archers
Enemy lord's
ready.
gone. Let's go for those Doomflayers
Ready to
now.
fire.
She's back. Go ahead and just keep fleeing on away. Use that speed to get away from there. Blast some into these artillery teams. Orion, we need to drop down some more Hounds of the Hunt there. In this forest, so many rats have fallen.
Armed and ready. Go!
Our lack of front line is starting to hurt us.
Forest Stalker. Blade Guard. Death to all! End them! Quickly!
We've got no more prey of Anathema, so any of the troops that make it through have just made it through. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yes! Very well.
Ever ready.
Missiles ready!
Lads have made it in. Let's get our cavalry
Your command. Attack!
starting to deal.
Orders understood.
by F you
Okay,
are.
we need to get you out of there. You're getting blasted. Heals as Orion's starting to get surrounded. Trying to lose some of his health now. Dropping the leadership of... I see some of these clan rat spears.
Awaiting orders.
Hunters!
Come on, Hunters, you got this.
Speed! Now! Ever ready.
Not what we need.
Wilson.
Not at all.
Waystalker.
Ray of Anathema on... I really don't know. Stretch Cravendale's probably a good call. Pull everyone away, because here comes the Rictus clan stone.
Orders received.
We've annihilated this other group,
Wildwood Rangers.
which means we can have all of them focus fire down on at least Tretch. We can try.
I hear you. Bows of Athelloran.
Orion, the absolute Uber Chad, has not taken really much damage at all here in the forest. Holding that line. Hunter's Talon.
Forest beat.
One more dwellers below.
Athelloran Eternal! Forest Spirit!
Keep smacking these lightning cannons.
Azrael.
Go ahead and go for a rebirth on Deliena there. Doomflayers are a huge issue.
Ready and able.
Orion, go find someone else to give a hug to. Looks like some of these warp fire throwers really need to leave.
For my lady. Good. Issa wills it.
Faster.
Now.
Let's go for a Awakening of the Wood, just to slow everyone down in the woods here. There's so many rats. I look like those Doom Flayers are done.
Bowman, ready! Quickly!
Well done there, Starfire Guard. Looks like the Storm Vermin have fled back behind their units.
Them! Hiding in wait!
Our cavalry has struggled quite a bit here. Clan Rictus
Orders
has that
acknowledged.
free bonus versus large.
As you say!
Quickly!
Go ahead and surround and destroy Stretch here. He should have a incredibly bad day.
Stalker ready!
Brave out of Threma, he's going nowhere, and let's
Bows
get
and
everyone
arrows.
focus firing.
Release!
Swiftly!
We accept!
This she's losing the fight, that's because Halberds is coming over.
Men!
See, they run!
With haste!
Our mage out of the fray. Orion, have you dealt with the enemy I just yet? Assassin just keeps running away. He's a small dude, he's hard to hit.
Deepwood archers!
Boy, should not be that close in.
Armed and ready! Warriors of Ariel! Deepwood archers!
Move up and deal. Keep fleeing, let's just drop one more of these down.
For the eternal realm!
You can move very quick on the Great Stag. Tretch is already running,
Archers ready!
and that's the victory. Tough battle, extremely tough battle. All of those rats fallen. We should be able to gain a nice bit of casualties. Let's dive on in, round up as many as we can, and I'll catch you in a moment.
Warriors ready!
Pyrrhic victory, but we will take it, having put down a pretty elite force of Rictus's Storm Vermin here. A lot of the Doom Flayers managed to survive the battle as they pretty much turn and run with all of their models very, very early on. We'll have to deal with them very soon, but Orion gave them the old clap with the spear as soon as they showed up. This definitely shows us it's time to go ahead and retrofit Orion's army. It's in dire need of some help. So we will definitely abduct these captives to keep our momentum, and then we will turn and see about dealing with Nurgle. Both armies of the rats turn. Craven by name, 12% more speed. Hang on now.
Lord of the Forest,
112. Orion is really schmoobin'.
you have my spear.
A bit more defense, as that actually was helping out a huge amount there as he was in the woods. None of the rats managed to land a single hit on him, which was fantastic. Or even the ones that were landing were not really doing too much damage. Let's grab Mentor and keep going on. 75 looks good, and we'll start going up towards the melee attack now. Or Diliana, the Glade Captain.
I thirst for the hunt.
Seriously, I'm going to continue to make you better on the defensive front. Not really meant to be thrown into battle, but if we can get the melee defense up where she's actually able to hold in against even some things like artillery, or even some more elite
God
archers will be
King
great.
of the deep wood.
More melee defense for you as well. We'll take you all the way up to 80.
Glade Lord, at your
Well, yeah, it
service.
looks like you're not quite there yet. Soon, but not yet. Diligent will grab the last point into Swift Fingers for snatching up goodies, and we'll grab all of the rest of the passive bumps to control and corruption drop. Then I think, Vilgin, we want to make sure that all of your spells, you've got your full suite of spells. Last point of the Awakening of the Wood, and we'll grab it. The Thorn, or the Shield of Thorns.
Spellweaver of Athel
Focus. Wood, and then we go ahead and wait. Wait for the martial mastery. What are you, good Isolal? I think it's time to go for his blue lines. We're gonna grab the Wonders of the Forest there. More post-battle loot for fighting against the undead.
Glade Lord, at your service.
All of our Glade Lords. For you, we'll come on over home amongst the boughs. Interesting. Sure. This is supposed to be the final one you grab, and we'll grab it here. Works for me. Perenniality gives us more replenishment rate. Sounds fantastic.
Spellweaver of Athel
Rhea, the Shadow Weaver. Let's make sure you've got... probably... Lux Blessing is a good call. You can be a bit sneaky. We'll go for Growth of the Forest. Make sure our provinces are building up. Stolen from the enemy, Dulcith gained herself a eagle.
You have orders?
I do. We're gonna have you... See, this is gonna be a bit of an issue. We're kind of trapped now. And Reapers. And Reapers. Gloom of Flies. Plus in defense and can cause terror by the flies by the gods. So many flies. Armor piercing, bonus versus infantry, and the gift of contagion, which drops melee. Man, there's scythe infantry, huh? That's exciting. Not for me, but that's exciting. Let's. This is actually a tough call. Let's go into the camp mode here. See just where everyone can move. It looks like Tretch is gonna be blocked by us. Rankus can. He's in raid, so he's gonna have 25% best movement. Uh-oh. Orion might be in a dangerous spot here. Let's pull to here.
Clear a path.
Makes me feel a bit cowardly, but let's pull to here. And then... Is everything going to take a single turn? Ooh, I don't want to wait a turn. I don't even want to wait 2 turns. I don't know why we've not been able to upgrade Orion just yet. If anything, I definitely want to trade out the Eyes of the Forest for the Guardians of Adawythe. But taking 2 turns to do so is going to be a bit dangerous. Alright, you two. Put in some good work, but for now, let's go ahead and get rid of our skirmish cav. We will take the time to grab some treekin to give Orion's army some staying power. We need some more infantry. Who would Orion bring with him? Probably the shielded Guardians of Adawythe. That's really what we're missing. We've got nice cavalry. We could upgrade them as well. But I'm not going to while we have so many enemies nearby. The only thing I'm going to do is we're going to grab these Guardians of Adawythe with shields. And then, yeah, we wait the 2 turn. Love to get rid of the Spears of the Wild Wind, too. 83 defense is fantastic. But I want to replace them with the Guardians of Adawythe bows. So let's find them. Got lots of bow units, but bonus versus large on arrows is going to be way important. Ryan, your army is funky. Lots of shouting going on. Iraq, we can sit on out and have him start helping, though, so let's go ahead and do so. I'm going to go into the World Root stance. Maybe not. Are we infect? Can you not ambush? Iraq can't ambush. That's interesting. World Root to
making
here
my
then.
way.
This allows us to threaten the Knobbly Gorge and hopefully defend Orion. A bit concerning, although Carr Putris. A lot of Nurglings there, buddy. Interesting strategy.
Your request is reasonable.
Thranduil, we're going to send you through the
Acquiesce
World
to your
Routes.
request. Stop
It was going to be right after
torment.
Hargroth. I think instead we're going to go ahead and hit the Altar of the Crimson Harvest here. So, yoink,
Beginning my
right on the
journey.
cross, as this is, it's like a dark fortress. Lovely. Let's bring it down. Dindle, I'm going to
How
have
can I
you,
assist you?
even if it's a bit strange, we'll have you flame the
Starting
Pack
out.
Ice Bay. 4,000. I think we're still on the positive for now. Yodi, you are not high enough rank for any goodies. Hang out. Looks like Bellacor's back.
You are not worthy.
Not worthy. Looks out the window. Oh, great. Bellacor's back. Set up the ballistas. Quick upgrading in our provinces.
Can I
Dulcith
offer assistance?
going to have herself Hammers of Sigmar, which I think are going to be really fun to use. I want her to have the combined forces of the Empire and ourselves. Amongst battles already been gained. I think we can just make you a monster then. We'll swing on in and grab the Tempered Rigor. Make sure you can defend yourself.
Proud daughter of Athel Lauren.
Should we make sure you have more troops, or should we send you up north now? We can keep going in, we can keep moving and stay in recruiting more. He's also got some veteran crossbowmen from both the Golden Order and Nordland, which is going to be awesome. 3 Eternal Guard Spearmen. We've got 2 Guardians of Adelwythe. I think we just need some more basic Glade Guard. Let's grab the Fire Shaft version, since they will be pretty good at dealing with a Throt. We'll grab some Poison too, just so we can layer it out. Got lots of enemies, want to make sure we can pierce armor and stop them from replenishing or regenerating. Alright, Viljan. Onward to the Plain of Dogs.
I am ready.
Oh, you indeed are. We just have to root these Druki fools out across the board here. Looks like they've got the Cult of the Blood Queen. Sundered armor. They've got pretty low armor themselves, though the Cult of the Blood Queen has been abolished. Many of the Crone's worshippers have maintained their faith in secret. Doesn't seem like it's that secret if you're defending a garrison. Argonath Executioners, and yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough fight. Let's set up the Wood Elf Battering Ram and some towers.
For the king and queen in the woods.
King and Queen in the Woods. The Sisters of Twilight can do the same down here with, oh, it's Marathi.
You presume to command.
In that case.
Itching for fresh battle.
Itching. Fresh battle. Now let's grab the Ward of Loek. Because actually we saw the last Waystalker get shot at by a few of the enemy missile troops, which for once it was paying off, even if it was the Warp Fire Throwers.
These are dark times.
These are dark times. Sala will have you go into March.
Your request is reasonable.
And I think I want you to start pressing north. The Sisters of Twilight can pretty easily deal with Marathi's forces by herself, with well, not by herself, Viljan's going with them, but onward to the sea.
I go then.
We control, so we will still be replenishing, albeit slowly. Pass out those skills where they're needed. For Anrock, we can go for the increased hollow. We got the gold mine. Let's grab ourselves the Trapper's Den and the Craftsman's Tree. Keep our income a-flowing.
How can I assist you?
Ariel has stamped out the last of Slanesh, which means we can have Dehen probably strike on up north further. Finally start taking the fight to Chaos proper. Maybe even going after Bellicor, so let's move on up.
My journey begins.
Does indeed.
How can I assist you?
Okay. Hopefully your plague wears off soon. One more turn for that Skaven plague to wear off. Stay just far enough away from Parabon. We don't have to worry about
My journey begins.
that nonsense. I'm going to go into ambush stance.
Your orders are
No one knows where he is.
Can I offer
Four
assistance?
days. Here's your Earth has some more troops. Same thing with Adodaith. Luckily for us, Brahm's back. But his Black Orcs both. Adodaith does have Ariel with her, so she should be completely fine. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Parabon, and we're going to grab the Peaks of Parabon as well. Drop upkeep for Great Eagles and Hawk Riders for all of our armies, as well as give us a nice little drop to the recruitment cost. Lastly, the Trapper's Den, and then we'll upgrade the walls. Got so much gold. For Carcassonne, I think to honor the Bretonnians that lived here before, we will go ahead and put in the Musterstone. That way we've got a nice cavalry coming out of here. Ronnie,
The sea
I can almost promise you don't want any. You should leave. You should leave as fast as your little legs will take you. Scrag's coming up and around. I'd like to see what he's rolling with. He's got some Gorgers, which he does buff to High Heaven. Mornfang Cavalry, Iron Guts, some Rock Skulls. Hopefully he worries about the others, but he's doing alright for himself down here as well. We've got so many enemies. For the most part, though,
The forest wills
our
it.
troopers are set up. Freya, seeing as she is a Shadow Mage, I've given her as many of the Shadow troops as we can, as well as the Shadow Warriors, and even some Sentinels of Astaril to help out with defending against our foes from the north here.
The forest
I
speaks.
want to bring Freya out into an ambush and see if we can't catch these Norskins trying to raid.
Moving.
So replenish a little bit less, but that's just fine. Jump into
Fade
Masterful
into
Ambush.
night.
Sneaky, sneaky.
The sisters of twilight. Fine, I'll go.
Scoot her back a little ways so that
Not
they
a chance.
say they've moved. Akka continues to search for the survivors of Pahwaks down here in the south. We have heard stories that there's a very angry skink taking the fight to Chaos down here. That's pretty funny. To take down the sacred pools, we'll have to go after Itza, Jodl, Chakwa. He attacks here. So, I mean, we are going to be attacking the sacred pools eventually because for our victory objectives, we have to conduct all 8 rituals of rebirth. We've already done 1. Second one is going to be at Athaloran proper, and then I think, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we can maybe miss 1 or 2. So there's 9 left that we have not done. We can basically choose 2 of them, so that maybe Orion's camp and these sacred pools are the ones that we choose to allow to remain, but we'll see if there aren't too many enemies left over. For now, though, before ending the episode, let's have one more intern. We'll have you, Otrolio, come on up and smack Brion.
Make Ariel and Orion proud.
The proud will see the settlement, increasing our income by even more, so 18,000 coming in from trade. Zone has been secured.
Hear the woods.
We'll throw in the salt mining pit, yeah. Go for the upgrade as well. And yep, more Wisdom of Hoeth. Our research rate up to 225%, and most of that is simply because of all of the commandments we have out.
Tree singer.
Ulsith, we'll make sure you've got your Tempered Rigor. That is all we're going to get you for this turn, I believe. We've got 17,000 more gold, though, so let's sprint around and spend it. Forest of Gloom, we definitely could go for, if not more defenses, things that will allow us to fight back a bit better. Love the Way Watchers with some Starfire Shafts. And our basic building here in the Forest of Gloom will allow us to get the War Dancers and Blade Singers eventually anyway, so let's go for the upgrade on the Hollow. We're going to have an armory in order to actually recruit troops here, and then we'll throw in the Glade Guard Hide up to our Way Watchers perch. Forest of Gloom is dealt with the first group. Cyan Scourge the Mad. Now here comes Feskett and his massive squad of Clan Rat Spears.
The waker of trees.
They have what it takes. Pair of trees. Let's grab that last point into Bolts of the Forest. Give you the Eye of Kurnos. Sight Beyond Sight for that extra 15% more missile damage. Grab the Ward of Isha so she has herself some ward save, and then we'll hang out like that. Blade Wind did fantastic work on the groups that got clumped up. Beautiful. Straussleith, you should be able to hold the line just fine. I see no front line here, so let's go ahead and jump on in and grab some Glade Guard, some Eternal Guard there. Just for the enemy to dash themselves against. Skip over our skill points. See which one of our heroes needs to be moved. Oh, the other Strasliath. Up here in Assault. Well, an Assault
Opening
user
the
really
way.
went up.
Unlikely.
Well, you failed. Earned yourself a stag, but you failed. We'll skip on through. We'll come down to Orion, who is in the middle of dire straits here. Win the turn. Okay, so the Foxmakers move in on the scrap towers. It's going to give us a close defeat here on the auto-resolve. Let's have one more battle for the episode. It's going to be a very, very long episode this time. We're probably closing in on 2 hours. Let's dive in for this defense and in the episode afterwards. Alright, so I think we are going to absolutely need to focus down those Man Reapers. Just want to see what they look like. You can't have a name like Man Reaper and not be absolutely awesome. I mean, they fit the bill. Absolutely sweet looking unit. I'm thinking we're going to get karate chopped here. Pretty aggressively. Even the Plague Bearer swords, that's sweet. How many? A bunch of Nurglings coming in from the back. At that point, I think it'll be pretty overwhelming for us. Looks like they're going to attempt to go in the middle. Let's dissuade that. So we'll grab all of our infantry. Luckily, no artillery for our opponents here. Gonna be pretty aggressive with our Hagbane tips. Our aspiring champs, they don't have any shields, so 10% resistance is not a ton. I'm thinking we're not going to want to have as many of our archer teams on this side as last time. Trap and the platform. Put a trap in the middle here as well.
Awaiting orders. Blade guard.
Poisonous Blade Guard all moving up. Starfire Shard as well. Our Eternal Guard already pretty weakened. Set them up in the trap.
Ever ready! Blade guard! Archers ready!
A little bit further there.
Eternal guard!
Alright then. As far as everyone else, set them up over here and see if we can't convince the enemy to go after this side. Throw one of the other War Dancers in on this point. We're all about as deployed as we can get. Let's get them. See how much damage we get. It's not bad, and if we can keep that layered up, force these champions to, if they turn their backs, they're gonna get shot. Even more damage. Perfect. Nurgle does have a fair bit of healing.
Quickly! Blade riders!
What's the rest of their team doing? Just kind of hanging out. They really want to sit and wait for their reinforcements to show up, so that's what they're gonna do. I'm gonna be keen on blasting away at these aspiring champions of Nurgle. Send some troops after us, but it's not gonna work out very well for them. Brought down 3 aspiring champions.
Obliterate them!
Discovered hidden foes. So the tribesmen in after us. Looks like a majority of the force is going the other direction. So they're going to try to overwhelm. All shifting this way.
Glade Riders!
I think we can pull back too many of our guys in the forest here.
Hunters!
Tribesmen of Nurgle, we can kill several models before they even get in too close. Espadors with great weapons. Deal with them.
Fire!
Hear all of the freaking of the wood. Of Nurglings. I think here's when the battle takes a pretty severe swing towards the enemy side. Throw in the blocker, throw in the trap.
Ready for battle! Our bows are yours! Swiftly! Orders!
Love to hear it. Now move up and take positions.
At pace! Armed and ready! Swiftly!
I think they went. Yeah, they're gonna go the other direction now. They got bullied for too long over there. 3, 2, 1. Here come the Nurglings. Spirit Leech going down on our Eternal Wardens. Interesting strategy.
Bows of Athelloren!
Gonna completely ignore the other side. Let's bring the Hagbane tips back.
Once! With haste! Ha!
The arrows are gonna start launching now into the swarm of Nurglings. Magical damage should blend through them.
Glade Riders! Swiftly! Understood! Right! Hurry!
All moving through the traps. They should be slowing down by quite a considerable margin there.
Our bows are yours! Defenders of Athelloren!
Fire on those tribesmen.
Blade Guard!
Deal with the Nurglings. You guys just kind of try to draw them back.
Attack!
Go ahead, charge in, make your presence felt. You guys deal with those plague toads.
Blade Guard!
Go ahead and have you start dealing with the dual weapon tribesmen. You guys stay here. Go ahead and charge in on these warriors of Nurgle.
Your command! For the eternal realm!
Just a bit.
End
If you start blasting in on those aspiring champs,
Deepwood host! With haste!
building attack, that's fair.
Glade Guard! We are tireless!
On in.
Quickly!
Yes!
Ladies over, you need to stay in defense mode for as long as you can.
Ready for battle!
Come on, lads.
Ready and waiting!
Focus down the Herald of Death.
Eager and ready!
We need to save for the towers. Although we probably need the trap in here, if we can get it in time.
Defenders of Athelloren!
Glade Riders!
Blade Riders did not do great against those Trones,
Now! Yes!
which is honestly to be expected.
With haste!
Armed
Fire
and
arrows in on these
ready!
Exalted Plague Bearers.
Orders!
Have you boys come back around.
Faster!
Oh, really?
Glade Guard!
Strategy is to ignore us and go capture the main point. Almost dealt with the first Herald.
Yes!
That's a tough call as to what we need to do here. Let's go for another trap. The trap's gone up just in time.
Blade Guard!
Can't really turn around.
Ready for battle!
This is about as spooky as it gets.
To own! Straight away!
Now they're just going for the full surround.
Don't
You
let
guys
the
dive
right
in.
way.
War dancers!
Nearly taking out the plague. What are you guys
Blade
doing?
Guard!
Single
Archers
file
ready,
line.
Ever ready! Warriors of Ariel!
Or trap on this side.
For the eternal realm!
I can actually click it. There we go. Trap in.
Warriors of Ariel! Blade Guard!
Plague drones did some, at least attempted some dastardly tactics.
Deep wood infantry.
Deep wood infantry, let's start blasting away these plague toads here that are coming in.
Blade guard.
Everyone else is a... How do we not have more units on the point? There must be a ton of guys just kind of clumped up in one spot there.
Children of Athelnard. Let fly.
We've stopped hitting shots on the
Release.
Lord there, which is unfortunate.
Deepwood host.
Held the line for a while. A miscast for the enemy mage there. Come on, lads, bring him down.
Blade guard.
The negative 16 leadership for the enemy if we can manage to defeat them.
Dauntless Azray. Icon.
Keep taking down those plague toads.
Blade guard. Loose.
Now let's layer that down on the spawn of Nurgle as well.
Awaiting orders.
Our enemy lord's gone, at least one of them.
Deepwood infantry.
I mean, our front line is pretty well devastated, but
To all.
deal with those Marauder horsemen.
Fire.
The line's starting to go. Let's get blockers in wherever we can. Fought hard, I just don't think it's going to be enough.
Blade guard. Azray attack. Straight
Focus
away.
those Nurglings yet. No, don't leave. You gotta stay in and fight for as long as you can.
Blade guard.
Yep, the spawn are gone now. We're about to lose this zone though. There goes all of our... How on earth did we lose the zone?
For Lady
I'm gonna call some shenanigans.
Rise, sons of Kurnos.
Shenanigans were indeed afoot. They're gonna go ahead and claim the zone.
Bowman ready.
So be it. Doing everything they can to be a nuisance. Just spreading out to try to keep us from actually landing shots.
Blade guard.
Smart strategy.
Our aim is true. At once. Blade guard.
Nurglings are starting to catch up to our spear, or our skirmish cavalry there. Let's have you guys deal with the Nurglings scooting up. Surprisingly, these exalted plague bearers are absolute champions.
Awaiting orders. Blade guard. Chase on. To the enemy.
Dive on in.
Bows of
You're now
Athelnard.
under attack.
At speed. For the eternal realms. Blade guard.
You're attacking very, very tired.
Weapons loose.
We're blasting those plague bearers.
Aye.
Yes. For Kurnos. Shoot.
Tear them apart. Ah, we're starting to lose the lads though.
Ready.
We broke these spearmen once more, but it's just, there's so many enemies coming through.
Our bows are yours. Pull back.
Love how slow they disintegrate too. They've been disintegrating for like a minute. There they go, finally.
Speed. Straight away.
Might be too little too late for our lads though.
Deepwood archers. Glade
Come
riders.
back around there, Glade Riders. A lot of the enemies starting to waver.
Defenders of Athelnard.
Find the most elite units in here and tear them apart.
Release.
A lot of aspiring champs left.
Glade riders.
Good to see those magical shots making a purchase. I mean, they're doing their best to take down Kuhar here, but he's a tanky lad. Gonna grab 2 tier 1 towers is the plan.
Cavalry. Now. Hurry. Eternal guard. With haste.
Starting to lose it.
End them. Ready to fire.
Alright, take down these aspiring champs with the great axes next.
For Elgrasor. Azray riders.
They're going around the outside. We're starting to lose the point now. Come on.
For the eternal
Keep blanketing those shots.
Azray, attack! Release!
Sorcerer is who you need to take down.
We grow restless.
Right back in. Only 21 aspiring champions left.
Pull back!
Ah, here comes the Nurglings. We gotta stop them.
Missiles ready! End them!
Can't lure them back out. Those Nurglings should start
And ready!
disintegrating very soon. Hagbane tips blast the Nurglings.
Orders! For Isha! By Kurnos!
Keep layering on the death. We can do it. We were vastly outnumbered here. We've almost taken them down to half forces.
Blade Guard!
Blasting away at these tribesmen next.
Warriors of Ariel! We are tireless!
Those Glade Guards should be able to hold in. Go through quickly. More Nurglings throw themselves into the fray.
Blade Guard!
We'll bring the Glade Guard back just a smidge.
Yes. Death to all! Weapons loose! Glade Guard!
Come on, Glade Guard. Enemy Lord is almost down. We cannot give them any more defenses. If I go for the attack, they will likely get taken down.
At once.
Tier 1 towers are firing where they can.
Bowman ready!
They're down to almost nothing here.
Our aim is
The Man Reapers are still at full.
at pace! Straight away! Faster! Glade Guard!
Deal with these morons. Enemy Lord is about to fall.
For Our Lady. Weapons ready.
Ah, that's not good. Didn't expect the Glade Guard to throw themselves into the fray.
Deepwood archers! Targets! Glade Guard!
Literally just range whoever you can.
For Isha!
Riders of Lauren.
Keep blinking away.
Awaiting orders!
Very easily win that one. We can switch back to the Plague Bearers.
Let fly!
Just the units that we can actually disintegrate, those are the ones we're going to fire on. Alright, the Lord's gone. Take him down. It's another 16 hit to their leadership.
Glade Guard!
Come on, Glade Guard. Sleepiest. Oh, interesting. He fled back into his lines.
Ready and able!
Every single shot that's still here. Where are those Man Reapers? They've got to go.
Ever ready. Armed and ready.
To battle! Battle, Lauren! Eager and ready!
Should be faster than the Nurglings, so let's try to pull away.
Glade Guard! Death to all! Bows
Nope.
of Athel
Do
Lauren!
not let them have it.
Cavalry.
Come on.
Awaiting orders.
Shoot through enemy lines here.
Glade
Oh, and the
Guard!
Nurglings made it into combat. I think that's going to be too much for us.
Your command! Defenders of Athel Lauren!
We just barely lost it here, looks like.
With haste.
Switch those to firing on the Man Reapers where they can.
Glade Guard!
See if we can scoot around these tribesmen with dual weapons. I mean, I see the leadership starting to waver on lots of our enemies here. Crash into these warriors, although we are seriously starting to lose our.
Children of Athel Lauren!
This is literally to the very end.
Ready! Glade Guard! To battle!
Smashes into the Man Reapers. Not something they want to do, so pull back quickly. This is a tier 5 unit. The Lord broke again. Hang on now. We might have it. You boys must flee from the Man Reapers, though. I see lots of wavering.
Glade Guard!
Glade Guard have to be on this point, though, otherwise they will lose it. Nurglings on the other side are starting to disintegrate.
Glade Riders! Go! Swiftly!
The disintegration is taking far too long for a lot of these units.
Blade Guard!
Our Glade Guard are running.
Bowman, ready!
Sad.
Dauntless
Glade Guard
Asprey!
retreat.
And pace! Glade
Demons are
Guard!
starting to disintegrate. You take down this lord here. And you boys try to retreat into the woods here.
We are tireless! Now! Swiftly! At once!
Front line, you guys turn and fire. Take him down. That is a negative 16 we really need. You all keep winking away those Man Reapers. I have to take down those Pesticores, no real reason not to.
Ready to fire! Now!
Stand here so you can fire on anyone coming on in. Retreat once more here, we'll win. At least we'll attempt to.
Dauntless Asprey! Athel Lauren!
And Reapers.
Glade
Heap
Riders!
taking down this Death Priest here. And the Reapers are poisoned.
Defenders of Athel Lauren! Faster!
Be on away once more. You guys keep taking down this sorcerer here. Pull away from the Nurglings, though. And Reapers are continuing to chase, are pushing them through to chase them as well. Interesting.
Blade Guard!
They're broken, though. Keep running. Keep running.
Quickly! Children of Athel Lauren! Deepwood Archers! With haste!
We're going to end up losing, aren't we? The most nonsense. We outperformed them and outmaneuvered them at every single turn, and it doesn't matter. Their lord brings his How many did they lose?
For the eternal realm! Blade Guard!
Gotta give it to Chaos.
Children of Athel Lauren!
Always willing to fight to the absolute last man.
Shall be done!
And their lord's broken.
Ready for orders!
And Reapers are melee experts, so they should rip apart our squad. Although, see their leadership? They'll stay in longer than we will. All we've got left is the Glade Riders.
Forever loyal!
Hold back! By Kurnos!
Take down those Man Reapers. We have a seriously good chance.
Let fly! Bows of
This is to the bitter end on both sides here.
End them!
Speed things up. Try to take down a few of those Pestigores, but they're just gonna go clump up in the middle and capture our last spot.
Blade Guard! At once!
Alright, Pestigores are shattered even.
We grow restless! Forever Lauren!
Our bows are yours!
About to fall. If we can take down a few of these Man Reapers, I think we have. That's our only chance.
Glade Riders!
Pull back and claim this zone. Nope. Our lads call it. I don't know why. They were fine until then, but they call it. Alright, a valiant defeat. Yeah, the AI did a very good job of keeping their Man Reapers in the very back away from the fighting until the end. That's pretty clever of them. We did manage to take down almost the entire army, though, so hopefully this does slow them down pretty significantly.
If I had my way, the Wild Hunt would trample you into the earth.
Alright, Tlaqua would like to trade. I think for now that's just fine, yep. Bolt of Pleasure. Looks like they're going to try to come on out and take down Vil'jin. Auto Resolve is going to allow us to deal with all of these forces all at once. Unfortunate for you, but we'll
For
take
the
it.
king and queen in the woods.
king and queen in the woods. I will go ahead and claim
We
Plain
shall
of Dogs.
lay down roots.
Orion is under attack by a combined force of Kugath and the Nurglings, or the clan Rictus. Surprising. And this time we're gonna go ahead and give it to the auto-resolve. I'm gonna allow our Enigmas of Gyron to fall. This will get rid of both armies of Rictus and Kugath at the same time. Not bad. We will go ahead and abduct. More nonsense. Underway interception. Feskid has come on in. Pyrrhic victory, it says. We absolutely would not. This would be an annihilation.
Make Ariel and Orion
Such is the way.
proud.
And we also intercept Corpable. All the wins, we need them all. And Grom also has come on out to face us. You should know better by now, Grom.
We fight for Athelloren's
And we abduct
future.
them. Lastly, it looks like Arnau is under attack, so he mooshed. Lovely that Bretonia is continuing to side with Chaos. Arnau falls.
I am drawn to the nobility of your cause, Bretonian.
Rapunzel has done very well. She would like to trade. Sure. And very, very finally, the Redhorn tribe would like to help us take down Big Barter. Well, I mean, don't mind if we do. Strange, but we'll take it. Enemy killed in battle, Rankus Malignance, McQuish, Eladan, Big T, Elamire, another Big T, and it Fidget the Experimenter, Feskit, Corpable. He lost the Scrap Towers, Arnau, and that's it. A bunch of followers and items. We lost a few of them too. On followers and items gained. Good grief. Through the Iron Sand Desert, and the Scheme of Doom has been performed there with Rictus. They've got a Warlock Engineer to cause an earthquake. Air freshener for all of his boxes and foul contagions. Nurgle's fetid brewmaster was overcome in battle by good, old-fashioned brute force. Less chance for plague and more growth. Weight Watcher, bigger they are, so even more relations with High Elves. Thank you, Adadaith. Master Mason, Constructor. Dryad Spy, Unicorn. It never ends, does it? The Bloody Hand's been wiped out, such is their fate. Poor Elisor is beginning outpost construction. Trusted with filth. Aquitaine. Greenskins peddle filth wherever they roam. She'll deal with it. That extremely long-winded intern. I am out of time for today. 86,000 treasury. I have been a Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Sub Zone. I'll see you on the next one.